Good morning, church. My name is Clementz. I have prayed a lot about giving my testimony. My thoughts were, would anyone care to hear my struggles with my faith or not? Pastor Tony talked about testimonies in one of our services. I prayed for signs that would lead me to be able to give my testimony. I have MS. My first symptoms were in May of 1995. I was 28 years old. I was a single parent with 3 kids. Their ages were 10, 8, and 5. I struggled why God would do this to me. Back in the 90s, the healthcare system didn't allow you to give a diagnosis or you were living with a pre-existing condition. So the doctors never followed up with me. In 2010, I could not handle the pain in my right leg any longer, so I went to the doctor. I was living in North Carolina, working for Time Warner's corporate office. I had a high-stress job, didn't understand my pain, and my family wasn't around. It was there that I was given the official diagnosis of MS. I spiraled downhill because knowing in the back of your mind that you have MS, but also being diagnosed with MS is completely different feelings. And it was hard for me to think that I was going to live with this for the rest of my life, not knowing day to day how my life would be. My emotions were a wreck. So one day, after work, I went to a parking lot, still completely dressed in corporate attire, and I had a bag of my medicine. And I was going to take all of them with the full intent of ending my life. I know that seems selfish, but when I was in a dark place, I was only thinking about my pain, not anybody else's. I prayed to God for the first time in a long time, and I said, please accept me into heaven. I had turned my phone off, and so that nobody could locate me. And I thought of all the times of being a daughter and a mom and a grandma and a person, if I was a good person at that point, and what could happen to me? You know, if I lived, would my life be complete? So, amazingly enough, a girlfriend of mine from Illinois called 911 in North Carolina. They didn't find me. I had gone home, and they had arrested me and put me into the mental facility in North Carolina. I was there for 5 days. 5 days of thinking about my kids, thinking about my parents, my siblings, my friends, and saying, you know what? It's not my time. It really is not my time. I thought, you know what? I need to know if I should go to North Carolina or stay in North Carolina or go home. So I went on Facebook, and a gentleman that I had thought about, throughout my life, what is he doing? How's he going? We dated in high school, and it just wasn't meant to be at that time. So what I did was just reached out to him. I seen that he was single, reached out to him. And almost 6 years later, I've been married to this man, Mark, and he has been an amazing caretaker. He has taken on struggles that I've gone through, and he has been everything. And my kids have stepped up and have been everything. I have struggled with MS every day, whether it's balance, pain, or even being able to create a sentence. I have learned about my life with God, has been with me throughout my journey. Prayer has gotten me through a lot. This last year has tested my faith again. My kids have gone through some really troubling times. But I do have one Bible verse that I go by and that helps me every single day. Isaiah 41:13. I am the Lord your God, who takes hold of your right hand and says to you, do not fear, I will help you. So in conclusion, I have learned that with God, He is with me even when I can't feel Him. Thank you.